So guys, previously we have seen the installation of Android Studio and we have completed a manifest folder of our Android Studio. Now we are going to complete the build Gradle folder of our Android project. So let's go to our build Gradle scripts. Sorry, click on project, click on build Gradle steps and click on this project Google Assistant and click on this build Gradle module Google Assistant Android app. So this is our Bridal Grid app. So let us move forward to our Bridal Google Assistant. Here we are going to add some of the repositories here. We are going to add some class paths here and then repositories here again. So let us try something. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to integrate some URLs that are going to help us in our dependencies. That is the dependencies. These are the dependencies, or we can say third party libraries that we want to install in our project. So let us minimize it and let us move here and start typing our URLs. So first of all, type here Maven Central. Click on this Maven Central. Then here type Maven. Inside this, type URL. And here we can type HTTPS and type here jetpack.io. Okay, now this was our Maven URL, and similarly here type Maven again, and here we are going to type URL. Type here bintray. Sorry, first of all type here HTTPS dl.bintray.com slash votomas slash maven. Okay, these are the dependencies. These are for dependencies that we are going to use. So again type here maven, type here URL, and here you can type https here type maven.google.com. Let's go move to our class paths. First of all, what we can do is we can just copy all of these repositories from the repository inside build script and copy it in the repositories inside all project. So copy it here. Sorry. So that is our repositories are completed, most of them. Okay, now let's change. So what I have done here is it was giving a warning. This yellow sign means given is a warning, means there is something wrong, though it is not an error, but that can be written much efficiently. That's why error, or we can say that's why warning can occur. So let us change this class part to 4.1.3, and now let us now move forward typing other class paths. Class paths are the path where our dependencies are stored. So now let us move forward and we are going to actually integrate three class paths here. So type here class, click on this class path. Sorry, you can just remove this, and here you can type org jetbrains dot kotlin semicolon kotlin, and after that put a hyphen, type Gradle, then hyphen, then type plugin, and giving a semicolon type here dollars kotlin version, means the current kotlin version the app is having will be version will be applied here. Okay, now, okay, I guess we already had that class path, but it's fine if we have done it before, so it's not a big issue. Now let us type class path again, and here we are going to import a very important class path, that is our Google services. So type here, as we are going to use Google Vision, so type here com.google.gms dot, sorry, semicolon, Google services hyphen services, then a semicolon, then 4.3.5. So this is our com.google.gms Google services. And then again type here class path, and we are going to integrate a bin tray and a GitHub repository here. So type class path, inside this type com.jfrog, then our point, then type bin tray dot Gradle, then a semicolon Gradle, then a bin tray, then plugin. Okay, and we are going to define a plugin version here, that is going to be 1.5, sorry, 1.8.4. Okay, so this is a com.gfrog bin tray. This is also used for one of our dependencies. Now I am going to add another class path, that is com.github dot decident descendants descendants actually, this is, that is the descendants, DCENDNTS descendants. Then type Android Maven Gradle plugin, the semicolon, and I'm giving this version as 1.5. So this was our Google Assistant Gradle grid, where we have added so many new class paths and and we have added some dependencies in, sorry, we have added some URLs to help us with the dependencies. So click on sync now. Okay, I guess, okay, so let me just connect to my Wi-Fi. Okay, so it is giving some error. Okay, it is giving an error in this class path. So as you can see that here it is mentioning here could not resolve this dependencies. Okay, so let us take a look at it. Okay, so it is com dot jfrog dot bin tray dot Gradle, then we have typed Gradle and bin tray plugin. Let's try a different plugin, that is 1.8.2. Let us see if this is working or not. Okay, this is also giving a error, I guess. Here we can see this com.descents. So com.github dot descendants, then a semicolon Android Maven Gradle plugin, and I'm giving it 1.5. Okay, so just do one thing, change them into this. Okay, let's click on sync now. Let's see how what happens. Okay, still the Gradle is failing. Okay, let me see once more what we have done wrong. I think I have done a very silly mistake that I have written Android spelling wrong. So type here ANDR. So OID. Maybe now it would work. Okay, so it has changed to 2.0. So change, okay, let it be 1.5 version as well. First of all, let us, okay, so I think now there is a issue in this com.gfrog binary. Here you can see where this failed. Okay, you can click on this build button and you can see where is your actual app lacking. So just type here com.github. Okay, now com.gfrog Bintray, Gradle. Okay, I think we have integrated two paths here. So just remove this one. Okay, I think it was my mistake. So now I guess, okay, now the build is successful. Okay, now here you can see that build Gradle is running. If it is successful, this means all the dependency that we have loaded up till now will be successful as well. So now let's move back. As we are done with build.gradle Google Assistant, let's get back to build.gradle app. So now what we are going to do is we are going to adding some plugins here, and then we are going to actually import the main dependencies in our application. So our previous build is successful. Now let us go to our build.android and add plugins here. That is called here, just like this, call here ID. Now type the plugins that are, that we can say are, first of all, extensions, and then a capt or capt library of Kotlin. So type here Kotlin hyphen capt, again type here ID, type here Kotlin Android extensions. Okay, again here in the default configuration we have to add one more parameter, and first of all we are going to change the minimum SDK from 19 to 21. Means the minimum SDK at which the application can run should be 21, not 19. 19 should be a very older version to run this application. Now type here multi multi dex, type here multi dex enabled multi-dex enabled, then type here true. Now like we have compile and Kotlin options here, we are actually going to build some of our own, and that is binding options and some dex options. So here after compiling option, type here some kind of features. Okay, we are going to add some kind of features here. Okay, so I think binding features can be skipped and we can just type dex options because we are going to actually use bind dependencies. So just type here dex options, and inside this I am going to write pre-dex libraries, which are equals to false, and then I'm going to write java max heap size, and I'm going to give it a size as 4G. So this is our Gradle grid up till now. Let us click on sync now for now, and after that, okay, I guess there is some error. Okay, there is some error after line 8, so let us first resolve it. Okay, I have forgot a D in enabled, I guess. Now click on sync now. So it is a multi-dex enabled. So and the build is successful now. Now inside the dependency we are going to add some dependencies here that I have already made. That is, we are going to add a lifecycle dependency. For that, as we are using a mvm data structure, we want dependency of view model live data. Okay, and we want to have a implementation of its life cycle, and then we are going to integrate a room database that we are going to see in our next session, what room database is and how do we use it. So we are going to use room database, and we are going to implement Wally library is very essential because we are going to use an api interface. Similarly, what we are going to do is we are going to add some place services, because place services are required for Google services as well. So we are going to integrate Google Vision and everything. That's why we are adding all these dependencies. So I'm copying all these dependency. You can also copy this dependency from the code that is given in your course. Okay. First of all, let us copy this. Let me copy all these dependencies. Okay, so I think I have copied all these dependencies. Now I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to click on sync in. So here what we have done is we have implemented our view model, saved module view model. Okay, that is our MV for our MVM structure. Now here we have defined a room database dependencies, and these are Google Visions, Google Play services, and Wally library dependencies. Okay, so let us see. Click on build and see. So our build is successful again. So we have successfully added all the dependency that we need for our further application. And in the next, what we are going to do is we are going to create the architecture, or we are going to create packages, and we are going to start with the UI. So here we are going to create all the packages, all the necessity files, and then when we start coding in them I will explain each and everything. But for now this is just our data, our model, or we can say our strategy, how we are going to make forward. So in the next time we will create packages and activities, and that might be it. So thank you guys, see you in next session.